appears we are broadcasting. I am now going to check on my phone if this shit works. Pretty exciting. Boobs. Boobs. Be a nice girl. Kitty. Please don't push. Hey, now chill. I need you to chill. I need you to chill, honey. Nope, 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 nope. Hmm. Hello, Micah. And GD93. This will be my first broadcast ever. For those watching, I'm going to throw up a replay so I can watch through my phone and see if I've got any kind of latency issues, packet loss. My connection is not the greatest, but so far so good. So let's see if we can throw up something interesting. Perhaps the first Pinnacle race. Ah, hello, Minecraftian. So the qualifying broadcast will begin proper in about an hour 15, 6:30 Pacific time. I just have this up to bug test and make sure everything looks good. Refamiliarize with the keyboard commands. So. Mostly I got this going early to make sure the packet loss isn't too bad, that volumes are okay. I don't sound like too much of an idiot, but that remains to be seen or heard. Alright. This I shall do. Let's see. Don't know where the preference is. This is annoying. I don't know how to change it. Ah, it's not in the... Okay, gotcha. I'll have to exit this. Surely by now you can hear my cat. Thank you guys for the assist in finding the audio settings for me. I was not planning on qualifying, as well as commentating. That might be kind of difficult. Alright, well I would just provide a little overlay commentary here to find out if the volume settings will be sufficient. I imagine this is the volume I will be using when commentating on qualifying, with this amount of enunciation and about this distance from the microphone in front of me. So yeah, I'm going to watch comments and see if it's too loud, too quiet. Please provide whatever feedback you think might be helpful, and thank you very much. Well, all right then. See if I can't crank up the mic volume too. You are hearing me talk. Let's try that. That might be all right.
This is God, Kent. You've been a very naughty boy. What do you think a phase conjugate tracking system is for? A big mirror makes a big beam.
10 points to whoever can name that movie. All right. Give this another try. Take a sip of the old beer here. Don't drink and drive, folks. Yes, they do count. There will be bonus points for the quiz, which will be held at every qualifying session I commentate. So, bone up. Oh, Bayless gets punted off. Bayless into the sands. Will Bayless recover? How's this for a sound mix? Let's try onboard. Bayless gets around Cooper, looking towards True Titan. Into the second last corner here at Tsukuba. Up in the lead, Outlaw Quadrant. Spreading the gap. Bayless looks to the outside. Oh, there's some contact. He makes the position hold. Now he's after second place. Sweet. Thank you guys for the feedback. Remember, the car is heavy. If there are intermittent belches or cuss words, I apologize in advance. And there may also be meow interruptions as my cat tries to interrupt whatever it is I'm paying attention to with her desperate pleas for dinner. Like right now. Bill Bader, a little wide in turn 1. Oh, gets loose. Bayless finds a way past. Bayless into the lead, but Bader's still close behind. Yes, yes, I'm doing all the time. You don't have to remind me every 10 seconds. I think I'm going to enjoy this. You tell him, Katie. Yeah, dude, I hope so. This is the best my internet connection can do, 720. But I'm working on it. We have a celebrity in the commentary section. Micah Bayless, certified card-carrying engineer and rocket scientist. You need to chill, Winston. Real commentary will begin, what time is it now? It's 6:30, so that's got to be like, what, 20 minutes from now or so? Alright. Let's find that server. Let's get online. Let's do this! Well, the official server's not up quite yet. So let's catch a couple minutes of Eddie Gomez putting in some practice laps. Have you guys ever seen the old VHS series And They Walked Away? Well, that's, you know, what we're about to witness. So, thanks, Eddie. Eddie appeared to take that corner quite well. Let's try the replay system. Aw, nothing. That's because I have to watch the series, or the session from the beginning. Today I learned. Whoa! Yeah, buddy! Alright, it's a time for a quick anecdote. I have an affinity towards candy, and particularly gummy bears, and gummy worms. There was a Christmas morning when I was 4. Happened to be the same morning my parents got a video camera for the first time, and the first thing they filmed was my brothers and I waking up to Christmas morning, and I was the last one to stumble out of bed, and my older brother Micah was laughing quite incessantly, and my dad needed to investigate with the camera to find out why. Turns out I had fallen asleep with a handful of gummy worms between my head and my shoulder, and my head was stuck to my shoulder. And yeah, I think that was one of my earliest defining moments. So you need anyone who's an expert on falling asleep with candy in their hands and then laughing at themselves for the first time ever as they wake up and realize their folly? I'm your man. On board with Eddie Gomez as he is about to start a new lap here at St. Croix. Got our telemetry going. Eddie Gomez formerly qualified and attended the GT Academy 2013. Raced GTRs and 350s, 370Zs at Silverstone. Eddie was also recently one of the 30 regional finalists to make it to Las Vegas for the America's Final of Gran Turismo Sport. Oh, gets a little traffic there on his lap. Eddie's a lovely guy, very handsome, quite suave. He is a personable personality. I envy his ability to approach anyone. I like to shower him with compliments. But, you know, he needs to go faster here. Eddie tracking it out quite close to the walls. Eddie backing off. Looks like he is going to start another hot lap here. Get a little room in front of him. There was a question in the chat about what my lap time is here. I have not actually practiced at all yet. Just haven't had enough time. But probably lay down some laps maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight, offline when servers are down for maintenance. But I hear anything into the 203s is quite fast. Current fast lap at this session, 203.170 by Minecraftian513. Looks fast. In fact, I'm going to see if he's on track. He is. In the Ferrari, no less. On board with Minecraftian. Nice helmet design. find this last sector particularly difficult. A couple of blind corners, very late braking maneuvers, especially the final corner. Cats walking in front of the screen. All sorts of obstacles. Alright, I see the official server is up. I think we're going to get on that right away. I think I'll let these guys know. Alright. This stream will, I'll keep this stream up. It will not be interrupted.
We will not be censored!
Alright. The official session has begun. For those of you just joining, this is the first of two qualifying sessions for the round 2 of the Pinnacle GT Championship. It is more or less a test season before the official season, which I understand begins in January. I am your host, Tristan, roadbeef Bayless. This is my first broadcast of any type, especially on my own, so expect some speed bumps and possible unexpected hilarity. And a lot of mews from my cat, and probably my fiance's voice as she returns home momentarily. So, if you don't like it, deal with it. But feel free to leave any feedback, any comments. I will be rewatching this later, reading all the comments, looking for ways to improve, and no matter how negative or positive, be put to critical use, critical reflection. It's important. All right. Let's see who's going to come out on track first. We've got a few beautiful cars. This is a nice-looking Lamborghini with from Andrew Waring, Monster Sport. I am going to be in and out from reading comments because I have to use my phone to pull up the entry list so I get everyone's name correct. But if you leave a comment, rest assured, give me a few minutes and I'll probably see it and be able to reply. Okay. Alright, so Andrew Waring, Monster Sport 71 in the Lamborghini. TNTR Zulu, who is Justin Harris. Looks like he's in a Lexus. We have RSD Hootka 11. Let's find him. Next time I'll, obviously I should have had the entry list printed out. Well, we're just going to go with Hood Call for now. Alright, we've got Minecraftian 513. I am now going to greet my fiance. Hello?
Hi!
I'm broadcasting!
Oh, hi, everyone!
Minecraftian in a fine-looking Ferrari. Looks like a DNA Motorsports livery. Afro Shaolin. I think I'm going to pronounce that correctly. I could be wrong. In the Nissan GTR. Kings of Asphalt livery. A Brazilian driver. The Cool G 233 716 in the Mercedes AMG GT. And Cracksnake, also in the Mercedes. Cracksnake 2. Possibly son of Cracksnake? Cousin to Meth Snake? Time will tell. That is a pretty Lamborghini. All right, gentlemen, since I'm not finding everybody's name on the entry list, maybe because I just am blonde and unable to find it, I'm going to refer to you by your username. So forgive me. Hopefully by Thursday I'll have that sorted. There's the chance my fiance may react audibly to the ridiculousness that awaits us. So, Kim, say hello to the world.
Greetings.
That is my fiance, whom I met at an autocross, by the way. All right, looks like we are officially live. Brian is getting things started here. Monster Sports, known through the Gran Turismo world as the winner of the FAF Gran Turismo Championship in Canada. I think that was earlier this year. So certainly not a talent to be trifled with. All right, everybody in the pits here, just chilling out. I think waiting for the stewards to give us the official okay to begin. This series runs a balance of performance with fixed setups. Brake bias can be adjusted, fuel maps can be adjusted, but otherwise I think we have a custom BOP for this league. So, and a weight penalty, I believe, too. But I'm not sure if we've implemented that yet. A winner's weight penalty. Therefore, hopefully we'll have some close racing across all the brands. DNA Hades. Another excellent livery. Just going to take a peek at the chat here. Alright. We have Andrew out on track. Monster Sport on his outlap. St. Croix is a very challenging track. Probably one of the most diverse of recently added Gran Turismo tracks, the fantasy tracks. A wide array of camber changes, altitude changes, attitude changes, and I like that they spend a lot of time putting in little bumps in the road here and there. This back straight is a good example to add some realism, make it feel like they found somewhere, say in the south of France, and actually modeled the roads and just made a course out of it without otherwise revealing to us the truth. But we know the truth. The truth is out there. Alright, looks like we've got 4 other cars on track. Everybody beginning their outlaps. Monster Sport come through Sector 3, about to begin his first time lap. If I'm not mistaken, drivers are allowed 5 timed laps per qualifying session. This is the first of 2. If you're just joining us, this is the qualifying 1 session for round 2 of the Pinnacle GT Championship. Monster Sport seems to know what he's doing. He's using all the track, hitting the curbs, entrance, apex, exit. So far, so good. This downhill S, particularly difficult. Nice and tidy. Late apex, off camber corner. Carried good speed onto the bridge. He's got a chopper following his every move. Whew, close to the wall there, but no contact from what I could discern. A little checkup in the mid corner there. Always a difficult corner for me as well. Blind exit. It's hard to tell just when you can get back on the throttle. Anyway, now coming into the hardest braking zone of the course. Easy to overdo it. It's a wide exit. He gets on the power nice and smooth. Got a double apex left over a blind brow into the right. A couple of fast corners. Critical to get these just right. Looks like he nails it. Doesn't wash wide. Takes a nice line into the last corner. Using all the road, tracking it out. Whew. A little loose on the exit, but holds it together. Not a bad first lap. 2:02.812, our first benchmark. Let's ride the rest of the lap was Zulu. Zulu is Justin Harris. Justin into the final corner here. Also driving a fine line, using all of the exit curb. Very brave with the wall right there. TNTR Zulu crossed the line with 205.957. Looks like he is going to continue on with another of his 5 allocated laps. Hood Call, I believe, is my teammate, Team Slytherin. I'm trying to think of a good name for an all-Viper squad. Oof. Using all the road and then some. He's a big tank slapper, but gathers it together. Doesn't appear to have lost too much time. Across the bridge, about midway through Sector 2. Looks like everybody's beginning their second laps, or in the middle of them. Looks like we got a pack of cars, 3 of them all going down the back straight. It's possible I confuse Sector 4 with Sector 3. You know what happens sometimes. So get used to it. Craftian out on track in the Ferrari. So far, I've observed everyone take the final corner quite well. I have a hunch most of the time is found in the tight turning and braking corners, such as the downhill in Sector 2 before the bridge. It's one that always catches me out. Extremely difficult if you nick the curb there, which is a tall curb. It throws the car out wide. It can ruin the whole section. And across the bridge, if you're down speed exiting that last corner onto the bridge, you carry it all the way through, and gosh, you lose gobs of time. I'll stay on board here with Minecraftian, see how he takes that very section. Oh, Zulu running wide, but he's out of the way. Alright. Craftian going for the pass on Hades. The end of the bridge. Hades still side by side, but he lets Minecraftian have it. Let's have a look at that. Unfortunately, my replay function is it's not working. I think for the replay to work, I need to have been present when the server reset the session, so that my replay file begins anew, and only then does the game know where the marker can be set. I have to hit a key to set a marker, and then I can hit 3 subsequent keys to begin the replay from a certain number of seconds behind that marker. But if the game is in the middle of a replay, recording, and say in the middle of a session that I've joined, such as in this example, it doesn't know when to begin the replay when I hit the key, so I think it's disabled in this case. So my apologies for that. I will figure out a way to resolve that for the next qualifying session, because when action happens, we want to see it over and over and over again. It's the American way. Minecraftian's best lap so far, just over 1/3 of a second down on Monster Sport, Andrew Waring. Looks like all but one are on track right now. We've got someone came to a stop here. So who'd call? He's got some damage. He must have had an incident. Let's see here. Right on board here with the Cool G. Finish out his lap. Currently 4th place in qualifying. That was a clean corner. Running wide. Keeping it nicely tucked in. Through this fast series of corners in Sector 4. A little lift and bump. Try not to wash wide. That was very good. Into the final corner, braking a little deeper than you think you can go. Tough corner. The final corner will be known as the Wall of Champions. Cool G moves up to 3rd. His best lap, 2:04.796. DNA Hades just beginning his next lap. This will be his 5th lap. Hades has just moved up. He has just usurped the Cool G for 3rd place. Last lap 2:04.358. Hades, of course, in the 911 RSR. One of the loudest cars in the game. Can't quite compare to the Mazda 787B, but very loud nonetheless. Hades carrying a lot of speed through those downhill S's. Good exit onto the bridge. Let's have a look down the fields. Cracksnake in the Rockefeller Racing liveried Mercedes. Very sharp looking car, that. Cracksnake's best lap so far at 2:15.793. Cracksnake has improved his best time by about half a second. Currently sits in 9th place on the qualifying roster. We have Monster Sport still on an outlap. Unsure if he has finished his laps. I think he might have finished his laps and is now just sitting in the pit exit. We'll have to consult the race control to find out for sure. But Monster Sport currently holds the fastest lap time of a 2:02.521. Rico 88.3 in another 911 RSR. Tuck nicely through that fast corner. Oh, just brushing the wall. That's happened to me plenty of times. But don't worry, it'll buff out. As per the Pinnacle GT rule set, all of the competitors on track today are using the Racing Medium compound. There is no fuel usage, nor is there any tire wear. However, in the race, the fuel usage, I believe, is 3x, and the tire wear, 7x. And all competitors are obligated to use each racing tire compound at least once. excluding super soft, so hard, medium, soft. In the first race, more than 2 stops were necessary to make it to the ends. Hard tires were knocked on the last 50 laps at Blue Moon infield, and so a couple of stints on the hards, possibly with one on the mediums, one on the soft, might have been optimum, but there were a wide array of strategies here at St. Croix. A longer lap, maybe not as tire heavy, however Sector 4 being such long, fast corners, I could be proven wrong. Needless to say, Sunday should be an exciting event. I believe a number of drivers have completed their 5 laps. Ooh, just on board for an accident there. That's unfortunate. That is a unique livery. I like it a lot. Flames with bullet holes. That look great on a hot rod. And a Viper is exactly one of those. Too Rare to Die appears to be on a hot lap. TNTR Roland Boar has just joined the server. It appears Minecraftian has completed his series of laps and has left the server. I think we'll stay on board with Too Rare to Die 21. Very aggressive on the throttle. He is going for it. Too Rare to Die's current best lap is a 2 minute 7 second .288. He's about to begin Sector 4. Getting a little sideways lane on the power. Holds it together. Holding it tight, clipping the apex nicely. Into the big compression. Woof. Hope the car doesn't run wide there whenever you hit that. Lining up for braking to the final corner. Good application of power. Initiate a slide, but no counter steer as far as I could tell. Across the line 2:07.698. About 4/10 slower than his fastest, but not a bad lap. He has backed off. I think he is done setting some lap times. Alright. RSD hood call, middle of one of his fast laps, and the big 8-liter Viper. Fun fact about the Dodge Viper. First version of the Dodge Viper, though I don't think it applies to subsequent evolutions of it, first version had what's known as 100% anti-squat and anti-dive engineered into its suspension geometry. That meant that the trailing arms and control arms were mounted at specific points on the chassis, such as to cause them intentionally to bind, meaning cross over and prevent further suspension movement beyond a certain deflection, meaning a certain amount of compression to individual suspension corners. This meant that when a certain amount of weight was applied to either the front or the rear axle, or in cornering, you'd have the traditional spring and shock absorber, and sway bar absorb some of that load, but as soon as the deflection went beyond a certain amount of ride height change, the suspension would bind, and the spring rate would go to infinity. And so the only item of the vehicle that was then acting in any kind of compliance to the road was the tire sidewall. So the reputation that the Viper had of spinning out rather easily might be explained by that. Because when you have a spring rate of infinity, then you're not going to be able to put the vehicle's weight to much use. The tire is going to get immediately overloaded. So, yeah, that made the Viper rather unwieldy, but in my opinion, quite rewarding when you're able to put a fast lap together. So to those who campaign with it and try to make it work, my hat's off to you. Should be said, not the only difficult car to drive. One of many, but in its own unique way, quite difficult. Looks like Hood Call has finished his fast laps, at least for now. 2:04.696 his best. Monster Sports still on pole position for this session. 2:02.521 the time to beat. On track right now, TNTR Roland Bohr in the Chevrolet C7 Corvette. Rather unique red, white, and black camo paint job. Into the final corner to begin a lap. Let's ride on board with him. To the first corner, clipping the white line on the inside, not exceeding track limits. Heading uphill into the second braking zone. Always easy to overshoot this. Difficult to find the exit. He takes the corner quite well. Lining up over to the left to prepare for the difficult downhill S's before the bridge. Looks for the apex. Turns it in a little bit late. Still smooth, tidy. Brakes it early enough to get a nice apex. Good exit speed onto the bridge. Roland Bohr lining it up as far as he can, almost touching the wall on the right-hand side there. Braking at the exit of the bridge. Tricky kind of uphill left over a brow. Car wants to step out, so when getting on the power there, he holds it together just fine. Lining up left for a late entry. Really tough to get the nose tucked in. He misses the entry, but manages to hold a lot of good speed through the corner anyway. Onto the long back straight. A little bit of a kink to the right before a very heavy braking zone at the end of Sector 3. This will be a prime passing opportunity at the race on Sunday. Roland Bohr manages not to run wide or overshoot the corner, keeping it together. Nice smooth steering inputs. Good line through the compression. Yes, good exit speed. Heading up to the final corner, lining up nicely. It's all of the apex on the inside, tracks it out just right towards the wall of champions. Not a bad lap at all. Roland Bohr crosses the line. 2:06.351. It appears he is going to continue with his time lapse. We have 3 other cars on track right now. DNA Aeon in the 911 RSR. Appears to be on an outlap. He must have recently joined the server. Sporting the large American flag over the engine cover. The RSR, of course, being mid-engined rather than rear-engined. The only 911 of its kind. Since the 935, the Moby Dick, to have its engine in the middle rather than behind the rear axle. We'll watch Aeon from the TV replay. Appears to be taking a nice line. That was a beautiful corner. Gran Turismo Sport maintenance will begin in 1 hour. We have a large update coming. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am quite excited to try out the Ferrari F50. That's a car that's I had the privilege of riding in on my first time above 200 miles an hour. I was a passenger in a Ferrari F50 in the German Autobahn, somewhere between Stuttgart and Kempten, but I don't remember exactly where. Lovely, lovely car. Aeon driving very well. Taking that unsighted long right-hander before the long straights just right. Getting very close to the inside barriers without clipping them. Wouldn't want to harm that paint job. Aeon into the heavy braking zone. To begin Sector 4. Tracks it out wide. Still looking good. Aeon carrying a very good speed through Sector 4. Brakes late and wide for the final corner. Carries a lot of speed. Also gets very close to the wall of champions. Aeon's first time lap at 2:05.040. I'll have to consult live timing to find out just where he fits in here for overall timing, since we had some drivers leave already after they set their 5-time laps. So we're going to pull that up and we will know shortly. In the meantime, let's find another car on track. We have Raceboy 77. Pardon me, the Raceboy 77. Raceboy is on his first time lap, entering the bridge. Raceboy pushing that Lamborghini to its limits. Not an easy car to drive. Hugging the inside curb. Looks like he had to back off the throttle a bit not to run wide and hit the outside wall there. But not too much of a compromise for the exit. He is flat out coming into this braking session. Brake as late as you dare. Still manages to tuck it in, clip the apex, burn it out wide. That was a fine corner. Keeps it tucked in through the big compression. Tries a nice line through the final corner. Gets hard on the throttle. The Raceboy 77 across the line with a 2:03.110. Very fast lap. 2:03.110. Two other cars on track. Let's see what we got here. Cronus in a Porsche RSR. He is on his first time lap. Let's watch him from chase cam. I have the live timing board up here, and I'd like to give you the rundown so far. We have Andrew Waring in first place on pole position, 2 minute, 2 second, .521. Second place, Joseph Holman in the RSR 203.949. Mike Galbraith in the RSR 204.358. Zachary Saunders in the Lexus 204.696. Justin Harris follows him in the Lexus in 5th, currently for qualifying 204.733. Christopher Taylor in the Mercedes 204.796. Tristan Mahoney, who shares the best name ever, in the Lexus, follows Christopher in a 204.998. That's 5 drivers in the 204s. Franklin Silva in the Nissan comes up next in the 206.473. Anderson Oquendo in the Porsche RSR 206.689. Following Anderson, James Teggett in the Lexus, a 207.288. Zach Gobler in the Dodge, 208.539 follows James in the Lexus. And the last time we have on the board so far is Michael Prim in the Mercedes at 215.368. Cronus' first time lap at 202.812. Very quick. Possible he may take pole position and upsets our fastest time set by Andrew Worry, Monster Sport 202.521. We'll observe from the outside. Beautiful paint skin. Reflective silver on the front of the car and the hood and the roof. Very distinctive look. Metallic. Ooh, inches from the wall of champions, but no contacts. Clean lap. 202.742. He is whittling it down. That was 5/100ths of a second faster, 6/100ths of a second faster than his previous best. Or 7/100ths, if I could count. Perhaps 7/100ths of a second. We'll get back to Cronus momentarily. We have Sir Chubbs 90 in the Corvette, waiting for his turn to go out. Also on track we have Erky in the Lexus across the bridge. We have a car stop at the exit of the bridge. Let's see who that is. That would be Aeon. I wonder, Aeon has damage. Front of his car and the rear left of his car. Perhaps he's waiting for race control instruction. He has returned to the pits. We have Erky on his outlap. We'll get back to him shortly and watch a time lap. I may have connection issues here. It appears we may be back in business. Race Boy taking all the track and more. Interesting. So we'll continue to go through the field if we are broadcasting. Let's see. We are indeed still broadcasting. Let's get to live timing here. right on board for the rest of Cronus' fourth time lap. Just had the Playboy Eddie Juarez Gomez join the server. It's good because there were not enough people running off track and hitting the wall. So thank you for joining, Eddie. Cronus on a fine lap, carrying a lot of speed through Sector 4. Missing the upshift to 5th, but I don't think that'll cost him much. A little early on the turn into the final corner, but he's carried at good speed onto the pit straight. Cronus across the line with a 2:04.667. Cronus beginning his final timed lap. Cronus has been hitting his marks just right so far. Trying to find the fastest way through Sector 2 and the downhill, keeping it nice and tidy. Just touching the inside curbs, carrying good speed onto the bridge. Another helicopter chasing Cronus. 2 helicopters. Unheard of. Not surprised that Cronus would be attracting such attention from the video game authorities. They can tell he's on a good one. Carrying a lot of speed into this long right-hander. His teammate Balder has just joined the server as well. The DNA guy is having a great representation out here today. First qualifying session for the Pinnacle GT Championship. Cronus up to the possibly the most important braking zone of the lap. Very smooth. Good application of throttle. Setting himself up good for the Sector 4 sweepers. This compression always so tricky to get just right. The car wants to spit itself out towards the wall. To the final corner. Cronus a little bit later than the lap previous. Nicely done. Cronus will cross the line and post a 2:04.442. Appears to be his fastest lap. Well done. All right. Let's cycle through the field, see what else we've got. Gnarly Wall. Gnarly Wall 90. Nicely colored Lexus. Looks like a honey badger to me. Gnarly Wall looking nice through the downhill S's. The Lexus, not an easy vehicle to wield. But Gnarly Wall's got it under control. Gnarly Wall is on his outlap. Without any tire wear on, the competitors don't have to worry about saving their tire on the outlap. They can just go 10 tenths right away. Keep the heat in the tires. Get themselves up to speed right away. Not have to worry about trying to conserve rubber, which in the FIA and daily races can be, at times, a very important aspect. But but without tire wear, that's a nice equalizer. Our Lowell is beginning his lap. We'll ride on board with him until, let's say, until about the bridge. Ooh. Cutting the inside corner quite nicely, running a little wide into the dirt. Keeping some momentum, though. He decides to stick with it. In the leaderboard boards, we still have Andrew Warren, Monster Sports, 71 on pole position for this qualifying session. 2:02.521, the time still to beat. Harley Wall carrying a lot of speed down the S's towards the bridge. Makes it a wide corner. Carries some good speed onto the bridge. Right. Got Urki in the middle of their 4th time lap, it appears. Urki's best lap so far, 2:05.478. But improving since his previous time lap. I think Urki may be able to shave some more time off yet. We've got Rd.2 hailing from Brazil in the NSX on his final timed lap. I think we'll stick with him. His car jumping around, no doubt, from the latency of the distance between Brazil and the United States. Or it could be my connection. That's something I hope to have fixed relatively soon. Nevertheless, from what I can tell, Rd.2 on a good lap, half a second up on their previous best, which is a 2:05.209. Very interesting on board. It reminds me I need to drink my beer. Art is still up on their previous best by about 0.4 of a second. Into the final corner. Appears to have carried good speed, getting a draft off the Corvette up ahead. I think that's Mr. Chubbs. Timing is not happy right now. It was a 2:04 something. I want to say 2:04.8. I think that should be it for Art. Sir Chubbs in the Corvette on his 4th time lap. Let's have a look from the TV view as that's a jittery Brazilian NSX follows close behind in what appears to be a mid-80s Lotus Formula One yellow. Very nice looking yellow. Chubbs has got the red, white, and blue with the gray front end on this Corvette, sporting the number 65. Woo! Chubbs hanging it out. Very nice corner there from Sir Chubbs. Oh, just a little too wide, and he nicks the wall in the exit. That was otherwise looking very fast. But Sir Chubbs has got one more time left in his arsenal. Hopefully he can use his knighthood, his Chubb-like knighthood, to carry him to a faster lap. But Chubbs is doing pretty well. Chubbs is laying down the power. He's metering the steering. He's holding this tight line through Sector 4. Corvette itself has many little quirks. Needs to be driven with a very particular style to have all of its speed extracted. A little bit of a cut there in the final corner, but I might have been seeing things. I do wear glasses, so. Chubbs has got probably my favorite helmet, the watermelon design. He takes turn 1 with just exactly the right amounts of inside corner taken, inside curving. getting his inside tires on that greencrete, but his outside tires beyond the white line, so perfectly legal. Chubbs is pushing hard. Nice and tidy down the S's. Wide late braking, carries lots of speed onto the bridge. Looking good so far. Chubbs' best lap, a 2:05.610. That was his most recent lap where we saw him hit the wall. So if he just gives us a nice clean lap, I think he will post something pretty quick. Using all of the road. Alright, the aforementioned corner. Chubbs keeping it nice and tucked in. Excellent. We'll ride on board Chubbs for the last two sectors. We've got, it looks like, 7 cars on track at the moment. That was a fine corner from Chubbs, laying down power, using all the track. He's keeping it tucked in nice and tight through the fast sectors. He is 1,000th up on his previous best. Chubbs clipping the apex of the final corner nicely, tracking out to the wall of champions. Not bad. Chubbs crosses the line with a 2:04.752. Not bad at all. I think he is now the 7th driver, setting a time in the 2:04 second area. So it's rather competitive up there in the top 10. Monster Sport 71. Andrew Waring still on pole position. 2 minute 2.521 seconds around the St. Croix circuit. Monster Sports in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Eddie Gomez. So far, best lap 2:04.495. All of his time laps in the 2:04 area. Coming through, I believe, to set his final time lap. I regret that I was not able to catch his earlier laps. But if he's setting 2:04 after 2:04, then he must be keeping it nice and clean. Doing very well. Eddie has entered the pits. It looks like he's set 4 time laps. Maybe he's going to do an out lap and one more time lap. Let's have a look at the livery that Eddie's sporting. Back to some action. We have another DNA race team Porsche on the track. These guys sure like their RSRs. This is Balder. Balder's best time thus far, a 2:05.205. All 3 of his time laps in the 2:05 so far. Woo! Balder putting the wheel off on the exit, getting a little western, but gathering it up nicely. Elsewhere on track, we have... Oh, that's a little buggy. Someone exits while I'm looking at them, and it knocks me into the nether regions of the pit stalls. Craftian and the Ferrari is out on track. will ride on board with Minecrafting here for the rest of his lap. Not sure if he set any timed laps yet. I don't think he has. So this might be his first time lap. Taking that sweeping right quite nicely. I think I'm going to start giving arbitrary names to these corners. In the stream chat, Eddie Juarez Gomez indicating he's pretty happy with this 2:04 lap. Hard to find the extra pace. Indeed, I often struggle to find time at this racetrack. It can be hidden sometimes. It's deceptively wide in some places. Braking points can move around a whole lot from car to car. Some cars can brake crazy deep into, for example, the corner at the end of the back straight and turn 1. And others cannot. So it's certainly difficult to string it all together here at St. Croix. Minecraftian's first time lap at 2:04.377. He is going to be continuing his timed laps in his Ferrari 458. We have, looks like 2 other vehicles on track setting times right now. Let's see if we can catch them here. Balder is on his final time lap. He's gotten it down to a 2:04.725. Certainly not a bad time at all. Into this tricky right-hander. I think I'm going to call that Zoidberg corner. Balder negotiated Zoidberg rather well. Heading up to the heavy braking zone here at the end of the back straight. Car steps out just a bit on the brakes, but he manages to clip the apex. Puts down the power heavy on the exit. Always fun to watch a nice slide. Having to scrub a little speed to get the car tucked back in, but he's got a good line here through the compression. Ooh, a lot of speed. He's carried all the way out to the exit curb. Oh, but he's let off. He's abandoned the lap. Perhaps race control have indicated he's done all his laps. I can only speculate. He's now on auto drive. Let's see who else we've got out there. Big Red U of A. Big Red is in the Audi R8 V10 Plus. Big Red U of A sporting number 88. He hails from the United States. His best lap thus far, a 2:11.731. Looks like he's carrying some damage from the front bumper and the front left corner of the car. But he has taken Zoidberg corner rather well. That is a very difficult corner to follow the inside line without clipping the wall. As soon as you clip it, it just chucks the car to the outside, and you may as well just abandon the lap at that point because you're going to lose all of your speed onto the back straight. Big Red into the big braking zone. Hits the apex just right. Get some good power down. That V10 making a nice noise as he passes by. Looks like Sector 4 is going smoothly so far for Big Red. Into the final corner. Good clip of the apex, tracking out wide. Big Red across the line. That was a 2:11.856, only about a tenth of a second off his best. So he is increasing his consistency. Nice slide into turn 1. Alright. Elsewhere on track we've got Yagami at, looks like at the beginning of the bridge, just observing. Boys Noise 1234 is out on track in his Mercedes. Passing by Yagami, entering the bridge where the helicopters enjoy to congregate If I had a TV view from the helicopters, that would be nice. Perhaps in a further update. Let's ride on board with Boys Noise. Boys Noise approaching Zoidberg Corner. Carries good speed. You heard those tires working their magic. Manages to avoid hitting the wall in the exit. Now he is barreling down the back straight towards the heavy braking zone to end Sector 3. All right. We are starting to near the end of this qualifying session. I'm going to pull up live timing and give us a rundown positions as we watch Boys Noise into the final corner to begin his first time lap. Boys Noise across the line at 2:08.820. Runs it just up to the very limit of adhesion at turn 1. Boys Noise on his second time lap. All right. We've got live qualifying updated with a number of times set between the novice, the AM, and the pro entered drivers. Oh, and I looked away from the screen to miss, I think Boys Noise might have clipped the wall there just entering the bridge. That's unfortunate. That'll ruin his lap. Let's see who else we've got on track. Bull City in the Texas painted BMW M6. All right, so current standings. Pole position, Andrew Waring with a 2:02.521. Evan Thorogood second, 2:03.806. Joseph Holman, 2:03.949. Arthur Masso Nunez, possibly Nunez, 2:04.306. Mike Galbraith in fifth with a 2:04.358. Pastor Biendonato with a 2:04.442. Christopher Furtado with a 2:04.661. Zachary Saunders, 2:04.696. John Wilding, 2:04.725. Justin Harris, 2:04.733. Chaz Fate, 2:04.752. Christopher Taylor, 2:04.796. Tristan Mahoney, 2:04.998. First in the 205s, James Klopel, 2:05.062, followed by Eric Nickens, 2:05.385. Kyle Petit is next with a 2:06.164, followed by Rob Nellor with a 2:06.351. Franklin Silva has a 2:06.473, followed by Anderson Oquendo, 2:06.689. James Teggett has a 2:07.288. Zach Gobler has a 2:08.539. And Michael Prim with a 2:15.368. Those are all of the times recorded on the live session thus far. If you follow the Pinnacle GT Discord, you can find the live timing board that is updated by our steward-in-chief. All right. The Bull City is on his third time lap. So far, he's gotten a 2:04.087. Certainly a good lap. There are at least 10 drivers, I believe, in the 2:04s. The Bull City and Minecraftian are the only cars on track at the moment. ride on board with Bull City, his BMW M6. A quick shout out to my good friend Jay Skaruda, Z28 Gaming. Very nice to see him here. Thank you for saying hi, my friend. The Bull City is about to cross the line. Must have had some trouble on... oh, pardon me. That was a fine lap, actually, a 2:04.535. Some strange timing errors showing up when I joined someone mid-lap. Minecraftian has stopped on track. I think he's done all of his laps. His final lap was his best lap, a 2:02.680. A fine lap, only 0.15 of a second from pole position, held by Andrew Waring, Monster Sport, at a 2:02.521. Again, 2:02.680, the best for Minecraftian. Back to Bull City, who is on his 4th time lap. This has been a most interesting qualifying session so far. Very competitive. Certainly enjoyable to watch. A lot of people kicking the back end out under power. A whole lot of tire noise. Minimal wall scrapes. Everybody's keeping it rather clean. Bull City coming off the back straight into the heavy braking to end Sector 3. Holding it together just fine. Getting power out, beginning the last sweepers here. Bull City is the last car on track. Best lap so far at 2:10.165. If I've called times incorrectly, I do apologize. It appears that they are displaying incorrectly at times. Bull City may not be doing a 2:10. It looks like he might have laid down a 2:03.949. Certainly an excellent lap. Keeping it nice and tidy down the S's. Some good speed past the dueling helicopters of St. Croix Bridge. Bull City into the heavy uphill left-hander braking, approaching the infamous Zoidberg corner. Bull City tucking it in nicely, getting on the power about midway through. Excellently managed. Heading down the back straight through the shadows of the tall trees, past the kink, approaching the heaviest braking zone of the entire lap. These looks like tall redwoods lining the course. In the very tail-happy Mercedes, or the BMW, pardon me, Bull City is laying down the power very well, keeping it nice and tucked in. Approaching the compression left here in Sector 4. Such a difficult corner to get lined up correctly. The car just washes out at his first opportunity. Up into the final corner, late braking, using all the track. Tracking out towards the Wall of Champions to finish his final time lap. And if the timer is to be believed, 2:04.073. Not bad at all. That will line it up in somewhere in the top 10. I think 2:03.949 might be his best time. in which case, well done. I think that's our last competitor to complete a lap. We have a big Gran Turismo update coming in the next 20 minutes or so. We're going to have a new Tokyo Expressway layout. We're going to have, I think, 8 new cars or 9 new cars, including Ferrari F50, the thing I'm most excited for, as well as a number of others. And that might conclude this qualifying session. We're going to be on air again Thursday nights. I believe the start time is going to be 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We might move it forward just like we did tonight in case there's any kind of issue or if there's going to be some kind of bug fix. But I would imagine 7 p.m. Pacific will be the time that we'll be live again. So I invite you to join me. Thank you for joining me tonight so far. On pole position, we have Andrew Waring, Monster Sport 71 in the Lamborghini Huracan in 2:02.521. At the end of this first qualifying session, he sits on pole position. So, Pinnacle GT Championship is going to be this next round on Sunday. Look up Pinnacle GT on Facebook to find out more information. And once again, thank you for joining us. Leave any comments or feedback that you might like to give me. I'm certainly receptive to whatever criticism you have. Thank you very much, and I hope to catch you again next time.